Okay, here we go. We are gonna get this right. We're gonna figure it out. There's a first time for everything, right? Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, there is.
So Laura's first, then Luna, then Michael, then Bree, then Ian, then Hannah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Now, who is gonna ruin it this week? I'm totally kidding. You can't ruin it. I know some shows are actually like, we'll do it again if we screw up, and I'm like, oh, that's an idea.
Do it front and back.
A bad idea.
Imagine how many times we'd have to do it, though.
Maybe 7.
Welcome back, folks, to the world of Azera. I am your Dungeon Master, Melissa, and with me today is...
Me, Laura, and I am playing Verity / Ryan, the Asimar Rogue.
Luna, and I am playing Brillia, our favorite, ever-so-loving tiefling warlock.
Michael playing Arianna, the happy-go-lucky necro druid.
Bree playing Lenore, the Shadar Kai cleric.
Ian playing the Tabaxi bard, Tabby.
And Hannah playing Fenner, the Fey Wanderer Postal Deliverer Ranger, who's a gnome.
Holy Mother of God, we did it.
We did it.
We did it!
We did it. Someone
Damn.
time clip this moment because it's never going to happen
I
again.
was getting a little more nervous as people were going down. I was like, oh no, I could be the one. I
Is it
could
me?
be the one to screw it all up.
I almost forgot I was a bard and a Tabaxi, so that's good.
Oh my
You
goodness.
nailed it.
I almost forgot Brillia's name for a moment. My brain was just like, poof.
It's the most
We work
stressful
well
part.
under pressure.
It's pushing down on me, pushing down on you. No man's at fault.
Oh my gosh, what a delightful fun we are gonna have today.
So much fun.
Okay, just going to just one thing.
Just, yes.
I apparently did a really bad job at cropping today. I apologize, everybody in the chat who gets to watch me be like,
Oh no.
oh, oops, I accidentally left like a border around Lenore. Whenever Bree talks, it just like lights up yellow, and I'm like, ah, so
It's
distracting.
a part of my charm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Darling, you
No.
just glow in the Shadowfell.
Is that true? I think it's the opposite, isn't it?
I do think it's the opposite, but
Or
hey,
is she
maybe
glowing
it's
because
something...
of her night last night? Ooh.
I'm simply glowing.
Yeah, after he spent the night with Verity's brother.
Dead brother.
Hey,
We're
look,
all
you're in
dead
the
here, darling.
Shadowfell. Yeah, come on, everyone's dead here. And if you think Lenore is alive, you're tricking yourself. All right, for those of you who missed last week's craziness, the party decided that they would venture into the Feywild to gain some strength to fight the former Emperor Cade. Unfortunately, the Raven Queen had other plans, and through divine intervention, the group found themselves in the dark and depressing wasteland of the Shadowfell. But it's like a nice place. Like, you really shouldn't just judge it based on that, right, Lenore?
It's fine.
They
Yeah.
were also met by
Diversity.
a few old faces and new, including former Empress Penelope and Verity's brother Veril. Finding sanctuary at the Red Rake, run by Mistress Ferr, Arianna got an offer to work more closely with Vecna, the undead deity who opposes the work of the Raven Queen, the one who Lenore serves. That's gonna be fun.
It'll be fine.
You guys are best buddies, right?
BFFs,
And like maybe you can make the gods be buddies?
right?
And sit down, talk it out.
Just do what we did in summer camp. Just lock them in a like YMCA together and provide them with like a pool party and a jungle pit.
Get them a get-along shirt.
Lock them in there together, and then when they open up that next morning, best buddies forever.
Best buddies. That's Vecna and the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Well-known best buddies in D&D lore. All right. Well, when we last saw you, you were safely at the Red Rake in the company of Verity's brother Veril, and you decided to spend the night together in the inn, resting up after all of the emotional things that happened. Where does everyone spend the night?
Well, I don't know if I spend the entire night there, but I think we know where Lenore's going.
Where? I don't know.
she's
Explain.
yeah. Well, when a dead person loves another dead person very much,
I must have missed that cue.
and they're in a brothel. You know, that age-old story.
Right.
Tale as old as time.
Yep.
Mhm.
All
But
right.
I also definitely would go and make my nest afterwards. Like I'm not a snuggler.
So I believe I promised last game that we would roll to see how good the sex is. I will use a technique that I have borrowed from another GM. And it would like you to roll 3 d20s, one for the skill level, one for the duration, and one for the level of kink.
Okay. What do we want first?
Whichever
Should add
you
a
like.
fourth one for level of stink.
Oh,
Sometimes. Who knows?
He is dead.
Exactly.
Ian. And I've seen better days. All right. Okay, so what am I rolling first?
Let's do it in order. Give me 3 d20s in order.
Okay. First one, do I add anything to this, like constitution or anything?
You can add them. They have to be different skills, but you can add skills to each.
Okay.
And you don't necessarily want the highest, right? Like, just because you don't necessarily want an all-night session, right? You don't necessarily want a super
true.
kinky session. You can mix it up, right?
Wham bam, thank you, dead
Veryl.
man.
Thank you, Veryl.
You look like your sister in a tot.
So the first roll was a 12. What was that for? What was
That's
I
for
rolling
your overall skill.
Okay. So what do I add, like dexterity to that?
Yep.
And
That
are these
sounds like what
saving
you're doing.
throws? So like 14.
Okay.
It's not the best. I guess like I'm starting to decay a little, so you know. The second one is
Duration is probably endurance.
Okay.
Constitution. Oh my god.
Do we have endurance?
Con?
Do we have
Constitution.
anything for endurance?
Yeah, con.
Constitution. Okay, 21.
Okay.
So maybe like in some parts we got a little lazy because I went for so long. And then oh no, what's this for?
Kink.
Kink. We are like a vanilla as fuck. That was like being dead was enough. All right, that was a 5.
Necrophilia made it kinky enough.
So that's
you
all
have-
it was.
So you have average but extremely long missionary sex.
We're not really that into it, but we're committed to the cause. Oh dear.
You get there, but it's a winding road.
And then I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna go make my nest now, but thanks.
This has been fun, but I gotta go.
It's like, I slept with 3 hookers today, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I get it, man.
I'm so tired.
It's okay, you know.
Does Lenore need to get tested now?
Now everyone needs to get tested now. Oh, it's the most are we there yet sex of all time. Did you? Are you okay, good. I'm kinda done too.
Did I get taco?
Yeah. I'm just gonna thank you, but I'm just gonna like go.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
I probably.
Let's not forget that Veryl is a little bit of a fuck boy, you know what I mean? Like he's not he's not
there for Lenore.
He's not there for Lenore.
I don't think we need to roll for Prego. I'm pretty sure both of their systems are like no longer functioning.
Yeah, like what is it in Twilight, right? Like he just doesn't work anymore.
Well, obviously not. That's how we got Renesmee, right?
Oh god.
I just remember that horrible CGI baby now.
Can I give a short rant? I'll give a short rant. Where in the series are the mothers ever more important than the fathers? So instead of Renesmee, why don't you have Carly?
You've said this a number of times, and I still wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Also, that's like a normal name.
Right? Right?
I'm sorry. Renesmee is not a name. Fucking sounds.
I'm gonna name my daughter after the Loch Ness monster.
Messy.
Oh, delightful. Anyways, there's my
That
rant
was
about-
delightful.
There you go. There you
Delightful sidebar.
go. Delightful. Tasty sidebar.
Anyway, maybe, who knows, maybe there'll be some freaky situation where Lenore is knocked up
Oh, God.
and Verity is her child's auntie.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. We're trying to stop me killing myself, not push me in the other direction.
Not
Not
push me in the other
family.
direction.
You always want more family connections.
She's got a point, babe.
No, she does. I know.
I know. It's dirty.
Come up with an argument. Just wait.
All right. So about, 4 a.m. when he finally stops, you go down to make your nest.
Mm-hmm. My heart's not in it as much as it usually is.
Well, it's a stressful day.
You know, like when you're really craving like a donut or something, and all they have left at the store is like the really old ones, and it's also like sugar coated, not cinnamon coated, and it's not warm. And then you eat it, and you're like, I mean, I guess this is what I wanted, but it's just not satisfying.
It's just a big old bite of
But
disappointment.
you still eat it. You still eat it, though.
It's just like deep fried bread, and like it sounds like it should be awesome, but I'm still gonna eat it. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm already here.
Mhm.
Then you hate yourself
I
a little bit
actually-
afterwards.
Yeah, I actually just wanted that hot cinnamon donut.
Who didn't?
And what you got?
What you got was Beryl. All right. Everybody sobers up if you needed to and spends the night with your companion if you had one. And Verity, when you wake up in the morning, you find yourself alone in your bed again. He's probably not being hunted again, right?
Surely not, right? That can only happen so many times. Okay, I'm going to get up and go look for him.
Okay.
I need to put a bell on him. It's ridiculous.
All right. You leave the room and you hear voices from the main room, which you recognize as, Arsene talking to somebody.
Is it rude to eavesdrop on your partner, or does it make it less rude because they are your partner? So is there a rule for this?
I mean, it's equally rude, but, like, why are we pretending like you're not going to do it?
I'm gonna do it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do it. Not in like I just want to, like, if, he's in the middle of this, I don't want to interrupt him.
Yeah, it's just polite.
I only really got out to just make sure he was okay. So, like, I'm just checking. Like, he's not in an argument. He's not going to get himself stabbed or cut in the face again. And then if it's fine, then I can go back to sleep. But
Sure.
that's all.
You want to stealth it?
Yeah. Let's do that.
This is what you trained for.
This is all my training. 20.
Okay. He is sitting at the bar talking to Veril, and they both actually look fairly serious.
Okay. Serious is not a terrible word. I'm just gonna keep listening then. Now I'm doing it the bad way.
Okay. Now that
I
you're
tried to-
hiding.
Yeah.
All right, perception.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ugh. 11?
Not too great. You don't manage to make out a lot of the detail. Well, yeah, of the details, I guess. But from what you grasp, it seems like Arsene is sort of like giving your brother an update, I guess, on how you met and escaped the castle. You start to overhear around the time he talks about you being tortured.
Wait, the first time or the second time?
By his mother, second time.
Second time. Cool. Just so we're on the same torture
Which
page.
torture?
Which one? You're gonna need to be more specific. Or the self-torture. That one.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna. I mean, if yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd rather him explain it than me. I mean, and if he's gonna do it, then I'm gonna let him. He knows the story. He can tell it. Saves me having to do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, you go back to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you wake up throughout the day and come down for breakfast, which is not especially appetizing.
I woke up on the roof, so I'm climbing down.
Of
I
course.
feel like Fenner found a bottle underneath the bar and is just holding it like a teddy bear and woke up from there.
He's like, guys, where's Fenner? And Fenner just comes up like,
I would have not left
Hi,
Fenner
guys.
to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, she was already helping getting drinks from up, and I mean, I'm sure all the liquor's still on top of the bar. There's nothing underneath. It was a nice, cozy place.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
'cause
needed someone to cuddle.
I also had Lehman's tiny hut, so if you wanted to head up in there,
Yeah, you guys want to
Okay.
hut it up.
if anybody wanted to hut it up.
Is it still pink?
Oh, of course it is.
Beautiful. So in the middle of the Shadowfell, there's a giant pink hut outside.
Yeah.
What's glowing in the distance?
In the middle of the district where they murder people for fun.
You know, that's how it is.
You know, it's the red rake and the pink tent.
We still like pink, just because we're murderers.
Yeah, come on.
Obviously.
I mean, you could be edgy and have like black skulls on it too. You could just be pink and black.
Pastel goth, heard of
I
it?
think, right?
I say other pink skulls.
All right. When you all come down to eat breakfast, Veril is a lot more serious than he was yesterday. And he asks once you've all sat together, so what are you doing from here? Are you going home?
We're not really sure why we're here yet. It seems like someone really wanted us to be here, so
Like who?
like the Raven Queen.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think Latherna's back. And he kind of looks at like this weird clock on the wall with like 7 hands. And he's like, yeah, I think, yeah.
I mean, yeah, cool. What do you mean by it makes sense?
Well, I mean, if she wanted you here, I mean, at least it's someone who makes sense to have brought you here. And I mean, she's not evil, so I mean,
she's not evil.
you know, the dead people, we have a little bit of a different relationship with her than you do, but you know, I mean, just there's worse people who could have brought you here, that's all. It's a
Note
compliment.
that it was her and it was not me. I tried to take you to the Feywild. It was not me.
Oh, you should totally go to the Feywild. That's smart. Feywild's lovely.
Right? Isn't the Feywild just wonderful?
Yes,
and I know
it's
where
real
things
nice.
are, and I don't even know what this Latherna is, but apparently it was gone yesterday, and now you're saying it's here now. I'm just very confused.
Yeah, well, time's sort of, weird here. So sometimes things haven't existed yet, or yeah, exactly. We're, just kind of waiting for the E to pass,
Well, if it is present, I'm sure I can find it.
Would I know where it is?
Yes. Now that he mentions like it's back, like you feel like, yeah, okay, there's a pull. There's definitely some kind of something that wasn't there last night, or maybe you just really want to get away from him.
I think it should be pretty easy for us to find it at this point. I am kind of imbued with her holy energy, so I think it should be easy for us to kind of gravitate that way.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't argue if you wanted to take the lead. My head seems to be really pounding this morning, and I'm not really sure why, but it really hurts.
And this is a vacation for you after all, so you could afford some time to relax, I'm sure.
I mean, I could certainly make sure that no other creatures try to follow us, but if you want to take the lead, I mean, I guess it is a vacation, right?
Yep.
Good.
So should we finish off this shitty breakfast and then head out?
I like to think that Fenner looks at the breakfast and then she just casts good berry and starts eating her berries instead.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
what
eating
is
that.
Shares with
actually-
anybody who wants.
I will take that banner.
I also like to think that they're black because they're in the Shadowfell. They're like black blackberries, but they taste good.
I keep casting prestidigitation on my food to make it taste different. There's something about the dustiness of it and how it probably was made a couple weeks ago. It probably tastes better when it's magically tasting like pizza.
Does it still have bad mouthfeel though? Like it tastes like pizza, but it's still like.
I eat mostly anything, so I mean, that's a. The mouthfeel is. I can live with it.
Everything tastes like it's on this side of spoiling. Like it's not bad, but it's very technically not bad.
It's fine. I mean, I guess I haven't missed the food.
Like you keep looking at it being like, where's the mold? Like there's going to be mold somewhere. You know, like by the time I'm done this bread, I will have eaten mold. But it doesn't seem to be there. Yay! So delicious and nutritious.
While being suspicious.
And suspicious.
Well, the dead don't need quite as much sustenance.
It's mostly just, for enjoyment. If that's what this can be. Okay. So you guys decide that you're going to head off towards the Fortress of Memories. That'll be a fine place to go, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yay.
Get in the fortress, Verity. Just get in the fortress.
Stop making me get in things.
Well, get in things more willingly.
I didn't want to get in the cauldron. I didn't want to go to the Feywild. I don't want to go.
Verity's just like that really cranky tourist that's like, you had to take like the day trip into the cultural part of the country and you're just like, I just want to be at the hotel.
I'm hungover. I don't want to do this.
No.
I don't want to see these historical sites that are like sacred or anything. Just want a nap by the pool with a cocktail.
That is literally me. To a T. I want to see shit. I get on the wall, a building. No.
Well, on the plus side, if you're going to the Fortress of Memories, maybe you could get some of those memories removed and just be like, oh, I don't even remember being here.
This sucks. Yeah.
This sucks. Viral asks, I could come with you.
You don't have other girls to fuck today?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but...
That was sarcasm. I was not being genuine.
Missing out on anything.
He knew you were being sarcastic. He's just being a jerk.
I know, but she's easy to wind up.
Yeah.
He knows that. He's their brother. He knows how to push those buttons.
Yep.
Fine. I don't touch any of my other friends, right? All right.
I think it was a one-time thing, if that helps.
I mean, I don't usually sleep with the same girl twice.
I'm not surprised.
He's a little Captain Hammer about it, you know? They do say it's better the second time. You get to do the weird stuff.
We do the weird stuff. Fine.
If anybody would like to roll, I will take either a religion or a survival check.
Hey.
30-20
That
on
is-
survival.
The survival's going to be 23.
19 religion.
Okay.
21 religion.
All right. Everybody over 20 will have the general suspicion that maybe bringing a soul to the Raven Queen might be dangerous. But whether or not you say anything, it's definitely helpful to have him, but it's potentially dangerous as well. But only for him.
Do you think that the Raven Queen would really want more than just us here? I try not to say that too loud, but more just to like the whoever's standing kind of in the back.
I guess, Verity, how attached are you to your brother's soul?
Well, I mean, he's an asshole, but yeah, no, quite a bit.
Okay, maybe he should probably stay here. Like she is a very she's a very wonderful god, and she can be quite forgiving, but she's also a little soul greedy sometimes. So if we take him, he might be it's probably a bad idea. Like if you really would like his soul to be intact, we should probably leave him here.
Right. Change of plans. Barely staying here.
What? No, I'm not.
Sit down.
What? You're my baby sister. I have to protect you. That's my thing. That's why I
No.
died. You may forget, so I'm coming.
From the sounds of it, it sounds
you've
like
already brought it up 4 times since I've been here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you remember that I died for you? Is that I
was real heroic. To be fair, I tell the story to a lot of girls to get them in bed. So.
it's just an observation, but if you want to continue to have a sister and or like be around, I think it's none of my business, but I think you should probably hang back, continue to be the big brother.
I mean, I'm sure that she would have very honorable intentions with your soul. It might be slightly less yours by the end of the experience. So,
well, I
guess
I can't stay here forever, right? I mean, there's only so many women you can bed in the underworld.
Yeah, especially when you can't go back for seconds.
There is always a new influx, though.
Lucky for you. Wow.
Always underworld virgins.
You are staying here. We are going. We will come back when we are done. End of story.
Maybe we can ask her about how, you could get out of here and maybe try some different planar virgins. You could be one.
You're cute.
I don't really.
Let's go.
Yeah, don't.
Lenore does not appreciate being called cute.
There's enough of us here. The protection thing is kind of, half-assed, arguments at that point. I mean, the Falcon over there, he's kind of buff.
I only just noticed, today, how buff he really is.
Yeah, he looks very dehydrated almost, actually. He should probably drink a little bit more water.
A little bit more water.
He's almost to the point where, how bodybuilders, BMIs are ridiculous, that it seems like they're obese, but it's just so much muscle.
Yes, it's crazy.
He's almost, yeah.
I like how we're talking about this like he's not here.
He's just he hasn't done anything different since yesterday, but now everyone's just talking about how he never buttons up the bottom button of his pants. Just leaves it open. It's a little trait.
Oh my god.
We got some very detailed art from Nabbas.
Yeah.
It's on the Instagram. It's on the Instagram.
Classic.
And because I had to crop the original, I've also put in the stories. So go to the stories if you want the jeans unbuttoned version, or the cropped version is in the grid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real treat,
it
for
is.
real. You should reward yourself and go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we really need to thank Tabby for giving him some new sexy scars.
Mm-hmm. And I think Arsene is starting an OnlyFans. Is that right?
He is broke.
I heard.
I mean, he's got a bucket full of rubies, but that's about it.
I got a bucket full of rubies. Sorry, yes.
You sing that song all together as you leave the bar.
Oh no.
Bucket full of rubies.
Tabby's leading the way with his, I don't know, whatever instrument you're playing today. What kind of instrument does this song go with?
It probably be better with some sort of lute, but I don't want to take the one that was already in there. I'm only carrying my flute, and I can kind of beatbox when I flute. So I mean, that's kind of something I'll do.
Nice.
I'll have a whole song by the time we get there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Verity, before you leave, your brother grabs your arm and says, "Hey, I mean, all that crap aside, if you're going to go back, you're gonna have to do something about Andrea, right?"
That seems like the plan if you want to. I mean, if you want to move on, and
I mean,
I want to go
I'd
back
like to
home,
be
and
avenged. Maybe that'd be cool.
I will do my best. She's still terrifying.
We'll just tell her to shut up and cut her neck off.
Yeah, but she always starts talking first. I mean, she starts, and then
See, that's the trick. You don't let her talk.
I don't.
Just walk in and start cleaving.
I don't cleave.
You sneak.
Yes, but that feels less vengeful. Details aside, I will sort it out. Or I could come back. I could wait here with you. I mean, then I'll die eventually, and then we just hang out here.
Please, that guy, he's kind of in love with you. You can't just stay here.
Well, I mean, he'll die too eventually, right? And then won't we all just I don't know, meet up later? Is that how it works?
Maybe after you actually die. Give it a few more decades at least, alright? I didn't die for you to die like 5 years later.
It's number 5. Don't do one more before I go. Go on.
I died to save your life.
Ah, I know. All right. Okay.
Before we go, actually, I just want to ask you, Mr. Viral, have you seen a Catman that looks very much like me coming through these parts? I'm just curious.
It's a lot of different people coming through here.
I just haven't seen a Catman yet, so that's all.
How long ago would he have come through here?
Time's weird for you guys. It would have been a while. I mean, in our plane, maybe 25, 30 years.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, somebody who's around that long probably made their way to the fortress.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Did you sleep with my dad? Do you remember sleeping with my dad? Viral gives you a hug, and you can tell that he like brushes his fingers over the place where your wings would be, and he squeezes you a little tighter.
I'll hug him back. I'll give him a kiss on the cheek. We'll be back. This won't take long. Just wait here. Don't get into trouble.
He says goodbye. He shakes our son's hand before you go. The last thing that happens before you leave the bar is that the keeper of the bar makes her way over to Arianna. You're going off to the castle.
Yeah, it appears that's the plan.
Have you given any thought to my offer of, working with Vecna?
I thought I already was.
Of course.
I mean, I asked him last night, but he just kept repeating, like, please stop. I don't think...
me?
Something like that.
Yeah, he doesn't like when you call him.
Oh. Well.
He likes to sleep in. She says, well, if you are willing to serve, I have a gift for you.
Ooh, a gift. Wait, what is it? You're not going to, like, touch my book again, are you?
Not your book, no.
What is it?
She reaches out towards your cheek and like touches you, like right here. Are you gonna try to resist what she's doing, or are you gonna let her do it?
I think I'm gonna ask her. Could you just let me know what's going on first, so I can give like informed consent here?
I'm going to give you a way to communicate with Vecna.
I already have the book, so I'm kind of good on that sense.
This is more so that he can be involved in what you're doing.
Involved?
Keep an eye on things.
Well, I don't know. How about if he lets me know in my book, I can come back and grab that for you.
If you want to serve, then sacrifices must be made.
That doesn't sound like friendship.
It's servitude to a god.
Oh. See, I think maybe we have two different kind of relationships here. Like, I'm not really a servant. I'm more of just like a BFF, like a pen pal.
That's the problem.
I don't see how that's a problem though.
Very well. Here, take this, and when you're ready, bite down on it.
Ooh, it's a snack? See, that sounds more like the Vecna I know.
And in your hand, she puts a what looks like a small tooth.
Cool. Actually, this is more up my alley. All right, cool. Hey, you just told me it was a tooth from the beginning. I would have been all right with that.
Just give it a little. She's just gonna give you a little candy. It's full of Pop Rocks and Vecna.
All right, I put it in my pocket.
If there's something you feel Vecna should see, simply bite down.
Okay.
Good luck.
Oh, you too.
And you all head out. All right. You begin the perilous trip to the Fortress of Memories. You feel exhausted even before you start. Every step you take feels like you're walking in loose sand. Can somebody, or a couple somebodies, try to, let's say one from everybody. What are you going to contribute towards helping us get there safely?
I'll make sure there's no like tree people following us again, covering tracks.
Okay, no more tree people.
No more tree people.
I'm gonna like concentrate on the bond that I have with the Raven Queen and kind of use that spiritual link to guide us.
Okay. Fenner, how did you do on making sure tree people aren't following?
Man, that hangover is nasty. I rolled an 8 on survival.
Okay, there's definitely a tree person following you guys.
Not to my knowledge.
Lenore, you're gonna use religion?
Yeah, 21.
Okay. Very helpful. Use your innate connection.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
If I was to fly up, would I be able to see the place we're going to, like we were able to see the city we're leaving from?
You could try. It would be more difficult than on the material plane because everything's sort of warped
Foggy
here.
and gray and warped, yeah.
It's sort of like if you're playing like Skyrim and you're looking at the world map.
Oh,
if
fair,
two of
yeah.
us were to do it, then couldn't we give Tabby an advantage? Because I'd be willing to go up there as well.
That's true. That's true. You could like go two different heights and try to like, coordinate between you.
Because I just want to make sure I can be clairvoyant, if you will.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly up. Well, clairvoyance is a short spell, so maybe not. I'm just gonna try to see if I can even find a path, a good, easy way.
Okay,
Yep.
so are we both doing that? Is Tabby asking?
Yes, anyone who wants to fly up there with me can help me see that stuff. Please do, and I go straight up.
Okay, then. I'm going to
Sense
cast.
like fucking flying cats everywhere.
I will cast Fly on myself and go up there.
Okay. Perception then with we'll say advantage, but you can each roll one just to, have fun.
Are you gonna hit that 20 with my first roll of the night?
Oh, yay. Not gonna beat that. That is a 22 on my part.
24 and 22.
Awesome.
Oh.
You do notice that through the sandy gravel that there seems to be a bit of dirt packed down. It sort of weaves, but it does seem like it'll be a little bit easier to follow.
Mm-hmm.
It gets harder and harder to see the further towards the fortress you get, because it seems like it is surrounded in fog.
Sounds about right for this place. Well, if we go this way, I'm sure that we can make it in a normal, walking speed. I don't like the soft ground that we're trying to walk on. If we just like snake it a little bit, we might be able to do this normally, and I come back down.
I feel like even hungover Fenner's like, got it. Like 20 steps this way, 15 steps that way, done.
Okay. Note to Melissa, I'm gonna say I could also cast it on Kos, so Kos is also probably flying.
Flying tiefling love.
Yes.
I feel like you and Kos are always holding hands.
Yes.
Just
We're that
like-
disgusting couple that's just like always
Disgusting.
Disgusting in all the right ways.
Better descriptions.
Verity, what are you gonna do?
Who's walking with me?
I mean, everyone
Me?
is at some point in time. They kind of fly up to help give guidance, but everybody
Okay.
except Brillia and Tabby are on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna go with persuasion. And I got a 28, and I'm gonna do like, we're so close. Come on, just 5 more minutes and we'll be there.
Deceiving
God,
the party,
guys,
I
I'm
like
sorry.
it. Deceiving the party with optimism.
Yes. Yes.
Fenner's all about it. Fenner's like, yeah, we are
Yeah.
almost there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Seriously, we just like 50 more steps. It's so close.
And I promise there's no tree guys following us. Like, we got this covered, guys.
Everyone who's flying is like, there's definitely a tree following you guys.
I look at Kos.
Are you sure? Do you not want to deal with this? I don't know.
Not especially.
Force you. Okay, then we don't have to. Then we don't
Kos
have
is
to.
a little embarrassed, but
Okay. I'm gonna give her squeeze her hand a little bit and like, it'll take some time for you to be ready to address it, and if it's not soon, then it's fine. It's fine. We'll deal with it together when it comes up. Okay?
okay. Keep getting a bit of background hum. Does anyone else hear?
I hear, yeah.
Okay. It's probably
Occasionally.
me.
Just occasionally.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best.
Okay.
Okay, Arianna, what are you gonna do to help out?
Well,
Papa
first,
Gusher?
of course. I'm first going to cast Animate Dead, because I'm guessing there are skeletons around.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have 2 bodyguards hang out with us for a little bit. Then is the fog like really obstructing our view, like making a hindrance, or is it more just for ambiance?
The closer you get, the more it's like you can barely see where your feet are stepping.
Okay, can I cast Gust of Wind to blow it out of the way?
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Gust it up.
gust it up.
That's what I call gusto.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna keep skipping along.
Okay. Arianna casts a gust of wind to clear out all of the fog, and you catch sight of the castle in the distance. The same moment that the wind blows a chill into your veins. Just ahead of you, you notice there's a raven carrying a beautiful but cracked teapot in its talons. There's a woman falling behind with her head hung, and as if she's being carried, or not carried, but drawn as the item is being brought. She's on the same path as you, but you don't have to necessarily talk to her if you don't want to.
I think I'm gonna wave.
She doesn't acknowledge you.
Okay, I'll keep walking.
keep on walking.
Yeah.
She's creepy. Nope.
Yeah.
Fenner like
For
gives
the-
an eyeball to the raven and is just kind of like, I don't know about you, but all right, we're just okay. Mm-hmm.
So she's got a raven with her.
Raven guide.
I'm gonna call out to her. Excuse me, teapot lady. Hello? Hello, teapot lady.
She looks back at you.
Um,
She's still walking though.
are you off to the fortress then?
Yes.
Is everything okay?
I died.
Yes. That's not great. So what are you hoping to achieve at the fortress? Do you think do you want to travel with us? I can see you're being guided by the Raven Queen, which is exciting for you.
I love how positive you are with this whole experience. Like,
Yes.
how great it is.
You're going to meet the god of Shadowfell. How would you not be excited?
She says, I don't remember everything. I think I was sick.
Yes, very ill people do sometimes lead to death, so that would make sense. I'm so sorry for the loss of you, but think of it as a really fantastic opportunity.
I had a cup of tea before I died. And she looks back at the teapot. I think I broke it.
Was it a special teapot to you?
It was my mother's.
Well, maybe you'll be reunited with her.
I didn't get to finish my tea.
Can all of us hear this or just Lenore?
Yeah, you can all hear it. She's kind of like, in a low voice, but...
Who's the closest person to me?
The closest person to you is... Tabby.
Tabby. I'm going to reach over and be like, Tabby?
Oh, yes?
I think the teapot might have been poisoned.
Oh.
I have cracked the case, but I don't know if we should tell her.
I don't know if we should tell her, but maybe we could just make her a non-poison thing of tea.
Oh, that's true.
I go into my bag, and magically at the top of it is a tea kettle with a good little thing of tea leaves I had handpicked for special occasions. Good thing the bottom of this kettle is metal, and I'll cast heat metal on the bottom of it, and I start pouring water in. And at the top of my bag, can you grab there's a little teacup in there if you want to get that for me.
I grab it.
And then tea is being made.
All right. So it's a bit of a on the move tea ceremony happening.
What type of tea?
Yeah, what type of tea?
Should I make up a magical fake name or?
What makes this tea special?
There's a magical form of hibiscus that's grown in the mountains up north that grows specifically in the snow. So it has a bit of a warming feel to it outside of the warm cup of water that it's also being brewed.
Aw, that's nice.
So it's almost calming in a way.
All right, so you teamwork it together. Fenner has that everlasting canteen or whatever it's called. Get some heat going. You brew the tea. I don't know, somebody counts out to make sure you get the steeping time right.
I'll do it all by ear. It doesn't make sense, but I still do it
Fenner's
that way.
got you under control. She's got a smart whippersnapper brain, even with a hangover.
Each pulse is a second. Oh, it's just a really perfectly timed headache.
All right, you finish the cup of tea. It is pretty good. It's an 18. Nice. It's a good cup of tea.
So I'll walk it over to her, and I'm sorry that the last cup of tea of yours wasn't the best, but maybe this one here will be more enjoyable for you in this trying time. I hand her over.
She takes it tentatively. She's still walking, and she looks down at it, and she begins to sip at it.
Yay.
She drinks it slowly. You're walking together for a little while before she finishes. And when the cup is empty, she turns towards you and stops walking. And she offers you back the cup.
Oh, thank you.
And she smiles.
It was my mother's cup. She also was able to find the flowers. And it was very nice. Did you enjoy?
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
She reaches out and she takes your hand. And
The big toe beans.
Yeah, and you guys all walk together, and she's just holding Tabby's little toe bean hands.
Mm-hmm. Tails wrapped
walk.
around her side.
Aww.
The in-between is nothing to fear. You're safe here.
As you walk, you see more and more people being led by crows from all directions towards the fortress. And they seem drawn to you and begin to kind of crowd in. You see all the crows in front as if they're still guiding, and they reach out for your hands, your arms, just to hold on to you as they walk.
I'll hold on to whoever I can and bring them with us as we walk forward.
There's all kinds of creatures here, things you've never seen before, people who are part turtle, part lion, part bird. Things that when they move are basically shadows trailing behind more shadows after them. And they all seem to share a sense of reverence and quiet. And finally, you arrive at the fortress.
Before we go in, I'm gonna turn to Lenore and say, should we not take her with us? Because I know we didn't do that with Veril, so I don't know if it's the same situation or not.
I think it's time for these people to come. They're being guided, and perhaps you could play some music for us to kind of soothe their souls as we...
Might as well. And I ask for my hand back from her, and I'm like, oh, play a very nice tune, don't worry, it'll be nice. And I start playing.
She just holds onto the side of your tunic instead.
It's cool with me. Oh, that's a good role performance too. Oh, cool. Okay. That is a 27.
Maybe you guys should just work for the underworld. Maybe this is
now hiring.
Yeah. The Raven Queen's always looking for followers. And
she sure is. She sure is. Join her. It is happy here.
I mean, she's no cat lord, but I mean,
whatever
that is.
Get your pamphlets out.
Oh, it's Jackson Galaxy. He's the cat lord.
Oh my god, you're right.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate his guitar case. I hate his car. I hate him. I hate him. Sorry.
Don't you, Laura, don't you also hate, what's his name, Guy Fieri?
No, I love him.
Oh,
no, I love him.
That's weird.
I love him.
Aren't they like
Wait,
the
what?
No. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Exact same vibes.
No, they don't.
I
totally
agree
different.
that they don't have the same vibes, but I would assume that Guy Fieri is more of an issue than...
No. Don't come for Guy Fieri.
No, I'm not. I also enjoy Guy Fieri, but I'm just saying, like, of the people I have met in my life, like, Guy Fieri seems to be on the not everyone's cup of tea list.
He's a wonderful person. I don't understand why.
That's true. He's done a lot for a lot of communities. Has officiated.
You wear your sunglasses backwards, and all of a sudden.
I feel very indifferent to Guy Fieri, I must admit. Like, I'm happy for him. Like, I have no definitive opinion. Cool.
Jackson Galaxy
sounds like he's
a
cool.
For everyone in the chat, let's take bets on if Laura hates or loves someone.
I have an opinion.
Laura, it's like 5th versus 4th edition, right? Like, she doesn't. There's no neutral ground for Laura.
No,
just love and hate.
That's it. Black and white.
Laura does not believe in fences.
Nope. Nor sitting on them.
at least.
As you gather at the gates of the fortress, you take a moment. Lenore, you know that they should probably go in on their own at this point. And the castle doors open, and there's a shimmering kind of fog beyond. They all seem to hesitate for a moment as if they're waiting for you to say something.
Okay. You can feel that you're being drawn there. It's right for you to go. Don't be afraid.
I put my hand on her shoulder and just nod and give her a big old thumbs up after.
They start like surrounding you, like all of them coming together, until you are all in a big old group hug.
Oh.
And then one by one, they begin to peel off and walk
kind of try and
towards the shimmer.
touch. I'll try and kind of touch each of their hands as they move off into what happens next.
Fenner doesn't really know what this is, but she's down for it.
Hugs!
Yeah.
Magical
What?
hugs!
What?
Also, Lenore is like 100% biased to this situation, so I can't tell you if these people are going to be okay or not. Just disclaimer.
The Raven Queen says death is normal, therefore it's fine.
That was an oddly beautiful moment.
There is beauty in death and what lies in between. We shouldn't be scared of it.
Yeah, there's only fear in what comes before death, honestly, because who knows? That's the scary part, I think.
There's a freedom in just letting go.
I agree with that. I guess I just don't normally think about death that much, so it's quite interesting.
Her phone's is buzzing.
Yeah. Trying to see what's going on. Oh. I think we might have dropped connection for a second, so let's make sure we're back in.
Help!
Can everyone see? Can you hear us? We got lost in the dark.
Has everyone seen
Being smothered by a group hug. Ah!
We were in the in-between.
Yeah, I think we're frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we still frozen? There it
Frozen.
is.
Yeah, I don't know whose that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I tried moving my stuff around and it didn't make any difference.
Yeah, I had a fiddle with my microphone as well.
Uh-oh.
We don't know who it is.
Oh, it was a really good freeze point too.
I think it might
Got
be.
like 7 chins.
It usually happens when Luna's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay, then let me.
Oh,
I don't know.
It might be gone now.
I also unplugged my internet and plugged it back in. So that's why we went to Wi-Fi for a second, which is probably why people were like, "Where did you go?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come
We're
from?
still
Dragons.
not there.
Finnear's gotta go."
Right?
Fenner.
We're still not back.
We're still. Oh, is it
Guess
us
who's
again?
Back
think so.
again.
Dark
Let us-
Dragons.
Let us know, chat, when we're back.
He's your friend.
Okay, we're back.
Yep.
Yay!
Awesome.
We're here.
We survived. Don't worry. We knew that we died, so we didn't keep going. I mean, I guess we're all sort of dead right now, anyway.
Revivify was cast.
We're all dead. Wow!
Way dead
Oh my
end.
gosh. Sorry. Definitely got a phone call.
The Raven Queen's calling.
Yeah.
She wants her connection back.
From a private number too.
I mean,
Rude.
I feel like hers would just be Raven Queen. Answer now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's like Raven Queen, like not answering is a federal offense.
I've never heard.
Oh no.
Squawks. Hello.
Okay. So there's this foggy door, or foggy, I guess, film between the doors, that the souls are walking into. and you basically just need to wait it out until it turns into a normal door before you enter. So if anybody has any questions for Lenore about, the fact that she's from here.
What happens if we walk through that foggy door? Can we?
Yeah, sure. Of course we can.
I don't want to, but I'm just curious.
Have I been into this place before?
You've been inside the fortress before, but you've never been through that portal. It goes towards whatever's next.
That one is not for us, not yet anyway. We should probably wait until it passes. I don't know where that leads, but it is to whatever's waiting for us in the next life.
Spooky.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully your father has already passed through there.
Yeah. I guess I should hope that too. I wouldn't want to aimlessly wandering around here for what feels like all of it, all the time. I don't know how to measure more than numbers are.
More than the time?
Yeah, more than numbers can convey, because I don't know how high that would go.
Yeah. I mean, the twilight where we are in Shadowfell is just a different kind of life, I guess. But it isn't the end. It's just what's in between the light and the dark.
That's 30 years of being in somewhat dim light, and it's hard to get. I mean, we're cats, so I mean, we can kind of see better than most. But yeah, I don't want him to be damned here, so I mean, I can only hope he isn't. It sucks.
It's not an easy place to live. It takes its toll on you, but there are tests that we all have to face so that we can walk through to the other side. And hopefully when we get inside the fortress, you can get some answers and see, kind of the status of your father's soul, I guess.
Yeah, through that. You know what? Yeah. I keep forgetting that we could just find out. Tabby's kind of hyperventilating a little bit because he's closer to the answer. He thinks.
I'll just pat him a little bit and maybe get a little sprinkling of calm emotions.
I don't mind. His accent leaves.
I am okay now.
Hello, I'm Tabby. Thank you for the reassurance. I try to put a brave face on, and it usually convinces me otherwise. So, thank you.
That's okay. I find it hard here sometimes too.
Can't blame you there.
How are we feeling, everyone? Are we excited to go into the fortress?
I'm excited to go in so that I can go back.
I hate to agree with Fenner in the sense that I do not want to offend you, Lenore, but I'm kind of on the same page. Yeah.
I mean, you have a lovely home and things, but my home is the Feywild or the regular material plane, and so this isn't quite my cup of tea.
You're being a little elitist, don't you think, there, Hannah? No?
I mean, it's just not my preference is all. Like, if you want to be here, that's cool. Yeah. But I don't know, I'm a little uncomfortable being here for so long. Yeah, I'll be here because you guys need help, and I'm more than happy to help, but it does make me give a weird crawly sense under my skin when I'm here for a long time.
Lenore, do you want to do a religion check?
Sure. 13.
Oh, that's not great.
Not amazing. Probably should have given myself guidance before that, but I did not.
All right. I mean, there are some some, I don't know, rumors, stories that the Raven Queen used to be a Fae Queen before she came here, but you can't really remember enough to be able to use it in your argument.
I'm nervous. Yeah. Look, it's just two sides of a coin, okay? There's probably reasons why. Just shut up.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You can't have one without the other. I just prefer the other.
I don't think
than this
it's. I just don't. I don't think.
I mean,
this
you don't
is
have to tell me every 3 minutes. I get it. You hate it here. It's fine.
To be fair, almost everyone hates it here. Like, even the people who aren't saying it are like, yeah, this place sucks.
I'm currently indifferent.
Yeah, this place is kind of cool.
Only for a minute.
Right now, it's literally like ice cold. Like as you're sitting, like you've got like that puff of air that comes like on a really cold day.
I have a question for the DM. When I woke up, did I change to like blacks and grays and whites and things? Okay.
Yeah. You blend in pretty well.
Amazing.
I mean, like, it's kind of a cool new style, but I prefer to be really bright and really, colorful. I mean, it's cool to see, but,
Personally, I think it's an improvement. I think you look fantastic.
I just really miss sunlight. Like, I really didn't think I was going to miss that much.
Okay, well, I just thought you might all be a little bit more excited about meeting a deity, or
I'm honored for
like,
that. It's a great opportunity. It's just
maybe we should all sit silently and wait for the door to open.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't ask how we're feeling, and if you don't want an honest answer.
Do you guys want the song?
Yes.
Sounds great.
Yes, please. That would be great. That would be lovely.
I don't have my flute. I don't want to pick it out. This is fine.
I feel like Verity's just sitting next to our side, like, let's watch this. Shit's good.
No one's yelling at us.
No one's angry at us right now. Let's just enjoy the moment.
Arsen's like, it's like watching people argue it's like watching you argue with Atlas. It's so enjoyable.
Except
I can't look away.
I know, except we're not in it, and nobody's shouting at us.
Yes.
Like if they had popcorn, they'd be like,
yeah, not helpful at all.
I may have remembered that Lenore's meant to be really cranky. I did forget that at the start of the episode. I'm sorry, you guys.
Raven Queen.
The Raven Queen.
At some point, I'm probably going to cast light on an object to make like a makeshift life store just because I legitimately miss sunlight.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fenner's going to is going to like slide right up to that.
Yeah, but just like...
My sun rock.
Yeah, we are now moths.
All right.
Daylight. Do you want some daylight?
The fog over the door fades away, and you can see a dark but proper entryway to the fortress. But as the fog dissipates, you see a small bowl held up on like a pedestal. It's almost like a bird feeder kind of water dish thing.
I honestly thought you were going to say a small boy, and I was like...
It's a small boy in a bird feeder.
Hello.
I mean, there are a lot of ravens here, but that's not what this is.
Okay.
Lenore...
Is it like a pensive?
Yeah, you know what this is. This is a place where you are meant to give an offering to the Raven Queen before you enter.
Ooh, okay.
If she asks for different things, but since there is a little pool of crystal water, you've done this one before, she wants you to give her a memory, but specifically the feeling of that memory. So you can keep the fact that it happened, but she wants the emotion that went with that, good or bad.
Okay. Do we lose that emotion?
You lose that emotion as tied to that feeling.
Yeah.
Or to that moment. So if you were at like a wedding and you were super happy, you remember being at the wedding, but now you were just neutral about it.
Mm-hmm.
You might know that you were happy, but you don't feel it anymore.
It doesn't like bring you joy when, yeah.
But you could also offer a bad memory and then just know that thing happened, but not feel it anymore. It's meant to be like a potential blessing.
I will walk over to the bowl and I will think about what it felt like to come back to Shadowfell after being gone for so long. And how do I interact with it?
You basically just kind of like look into it, and the memory will form. And once the memory is properly formed, it will fade away.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to think about that like anger and frustration and that feeling of not being good enough that I felt when we appeared in the Shadowfell.
Is it connected to maybe another emotion of like when like do we see a bit of Lenore feeling that same feeling some other time in her life?
I think Lenore is pulled to the Shadowfell and she wants to be here, but it's very hard for her to be here. So I think it's maybe a similar feeling from when she left Shadowfell for the first time.
Okay. As that memory fills the bowl, you all become aware of that same sensation, as if you're all sharing the emotions that Lenore felt when she came here. And then all at once, it's gone.
She requires an offering for us to enter. A memory.
Each of us?
Each of us. As I said, letting go is very freeing.
The memory. What kind of memory do you need?
It can be anything that you want, anything that gives you a strong emotion, that you have a strong emotional connection to. It can be good, it can be bad. You will keep the memory, but those feelings will be alleviated from you.
I think Arianna runs up to the pensive because she knows exactly what she's going to give up.
Oh boy! All right, what's Arianna show us? What's the feeling? What's the emotion first? Then tell us what it is.
The emotion is of a long wanted and finally received type of acceptance. Some kind of like a show of appreciation. And it was the first time that Nicholas gave her some kind of acknowledgement that she did a good job. It's probably when she grave robbed for the first time. So there was like an overwhelming sense of accomplishment mixed with the known satisfaction of a mentor and a deep pride of her work.
Wow. All right. You all feel that sense, that connection to Nick. And then it's gone.
It feels better. I've been carrying on for that one for too long. All right. Next up.
Do we feel loss when that happens? Like, yes, is there an emptiness or?
Yeah, you feel like something is missing. It's more pronounced when it's your own feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think Tabby is going to follow up with that. So he'll walk over and think very hard about the journey he had of finding his people's new settlement, and the entire time he was raised by just his mother after that, and the feeling he got when he woke up and she left on her own journey 5 years after losing his father, I think. With how he woke up and just saw a note, Tabby understood, but there's no way to really, grieve or accept the parents leaving. We were in good hands. they were all in good hands, but doesn't really change anything. So
How old was Tabby?
he
15?
was about maybe like 14ish at the time, because that was a real push for him to go early on his journey.
Okay. You all feel tears bubbling in your eyes as you have the perfect memory of knowing that your mother left you alone with strangers, safe but not with her. And then you just don't care.
Do you ever just kind of regret something? I mean, it's not a big deal anymore, but I mean, it's almost like I feel heavier after that, even though it's definitely a lighter feeling. I walk away.
Right. Okay. It's just one emotion, right?
Well, it's the emotion that came in that moment. If it's a complex emotion,
yeah, so I can keep some of the emotions and get rid of one of them.
It's everything tied to that moment. The good and the bad.
No, I'm talking about bad and bad. Can I only give up one bad and keep the other bad?
No.
Okay, let's somebody else go then.
Brillia is going to walk up, and she is going to give up the emotion of desperation that she felt when she was about to make her original pact. The pure desperation of not being strong enough and the inadequacy she felt in that moment.
Being willing to make a deal with anybody to get the power you need.
Yes. Specifically a devil. So, yeah, she's gonna get rid of that. Not her proudest moment.
When you draw away and the feeling is gone, Kos looks at you with shock. Like even with the memory gone, knowing that is something that she did not fully comprehend.
I'm going to look at her and give her a small smile and just nod.
Kos will go up next, and her memory is she is standing on the edge of a cliff, talking to Hilgard, and he reaches out to give her like a comforting pat on like her bicep, and she feels this overwhelming sense of just raw, untouched anger like she cannot possibly control. And you feel the way that she grabbed him and picked him up and threw him over that cliff, watching with satisfaction as his body is slowly torn apart.
I'm gonna walk over to her the minute she takes a step back, and I'm just gonna hug her.
I will be joining in on that hug.
Arm comes out, holds in. You know, Kos, it was right for you to get rid of that. That wasn't a feeling you needed to keep. That wasn't you who did that. I need you to keep that in mind, please. Please, as I hold.
Please keep that in mind, and I'm actually very proud that you were able to give that up today.
She holds you both, kind of like a little like hug pile in the ground, like you're standing.
We all have tails, so our tails are just like all interlocked.
Is it like there's like a heart and then there's like an arrow across it?
That's very good.
Yes.
That was good.
I think at that moment, Fenner takes a deep breath after kind of feeling and seeing all of what these people have done. And she goes up herself and she gives a memory and a feeling of utter and complete despair and both rage toward a particular person when she came back to the Feywild, looking for someone who did not tell her the ramifications of going to the Feywild. And she realized that 40 years had passed and her parents and her entire clan was gone. So she came back to the Feywild and in a rage went looking for this person that did not tell her what would happen by taking a trip to the Feywild.
Yeah, an incredible sense of anger and loss. And yeah.
Okay. What a pile of depression.
Yeah, I think it shocks probably a lot of you, like Fenner, who's only been kind of happy and positive, like that this kind of anger exists.
Well, maybe next time I won't punch Alphalor in the face this time.
Lenore hugs her.
Fenner kind of goes,
Aww.
thanks, and hugs her back, now that she knows what hugs really are.
Aww.
It's relatable.
Right. I will give the memory from the death hag, asking if Verity wanted to start again. I think probably the most overwhelming emotion is self-hatred, guilt, anger, but mostly just drowning in self-hatred. But I mean, that's that one.
You all sort of almost pull away from your embraces and stuff for a second, like you all have this feeling of just not being worthy of any kind of love. And then that's gone too. And the last person to go up is Arsene. He pulls up a memory, and he is in a forest in the north. There's, snow on the trees. And he's probably 6 or 7. And he is holding a bow, and he's crying in that way that you see kids sometimes, like when their parents were like, learn how to hunt. And he's got this feeling of just like, I can't do this. And his mother is saying, come on, you have to learn to do this. Yaman, you got to grow up. You can't be a coward. You have to do it. And he's just sobbing with the bow partly drawn. And then he kind of changes his angle, and the arrow buries itself beside a tied up teenager from a tribe that his mother has just conquered. And she looks at him, pulls out her own blade, and says, pathetic. And the memory cuts out. And then the pedestal disappears. You can go inside.
Oh, don't we all just feel better now?
I don't know if I feel better or if I feel worse.
Better's a way to put it.
I feel more indifferent.
So so you would lose your emotions attached to that memory, but now everyone else knows that memory and then has their own emotions. So like you've just given up your sadness for somebody else's. Like you gave up one sadness and you gained like 6.
Yeah, but they weren't your sadness, so it's not quite as intense. But yeah, like now you all know that these things happen to each other.
Is this how true empaths feel about stuff? Because that's...
As someone who is one, yes.
Yep. Good luck living your life now.
Tabby's just looking at Arson, just like.
I think Fenner takes a moment and makes another pile of good berries and goes, "Does anybody want one before we go any further?"
I think let's accompany that with some cookies. I'm gonna take some of the bag of holding.
Barry's gonna grab a fistful of those berries and just.
All right, so we got berries, we got cookies. Some of Ellie's frozen crumpets are still here.
Yeah.
So you guys sit on the steps of the Raven Queen's castle,
eating our feelings,
eating your feelings together.
Feelings and both lack of feelings.
Or warlockiness, does that count as a short rest?
Yeah, it does.
Spell slot back.
That fly was worth it.
Worth it. For our two cooks, Tabby and Brillia, what do you guys do to make food? Like, what's your...
I still have some flour, and I think somewhere in my bag I have like at least nice little.
Would you like sleight of hand or something, like to make something?
Isn't cooking a skill?
It is. I think it's based on
is.
either wisdom or dexterity. I'm not too sure which one.
It is based on wisdom, I believe.
There you go.
Makes more sense.
Okay.
Well, if you need any water, I've got you covered.
I don't want to be covered in water. That's a bad idea.
That's also fair. I won't cover you in water, but if you need water, I've got you.
Thank you.
Okay, if you guys wanna roll for making something.
Of course. Okay. I will be helping Tabby in this, but I will also
Sweet. If it's a straight up wisdom with proficiency, that's a total of 19. I'm doing very nice right now.
That is a bad roll for Brillia. Oh no. That was probably one of her worst things she's cooked.
That's okay. You're taking care of costs and people, right?
Yeah. That is a total of 9.
Okay. As you guys sit around, Tabby has a genius idea and makes good berry ice cream for everyone.
Well,
yes!
While I'm in the process of getting this set up, could I just be humming a tune and give Brillia bardic inspiration before that roll fully solves itself? Okay. That's a D8 right now. So next.
I rolled like a 3, so it was a really bad roll. Okay. That's a D8 you said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much better. I rolled a 7. Oh, that's so much better. 16.
Thanks to, you don't quite know what you're going to do, but Tabby makes this good berry ice cream, and then you're like, man, you'll be great with this. Some Underworld Diet Cherry Coke. And you guys make good berry floats.
Ooh. I also do have a flask full of, the fire wine still?
Anybody who wants a little kick can have a little kick in theirs.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Not too much though this time. I'd rather wake up tomorrow with not a pounding headache. Thanks.
I didn't realize I fell asleep on the roof of the place, so I mean, that was a fun morning waking up, fun to climb down a building.
I will never understand the need to drink when trying to deal with other things, but okay.
I didn't even realize I drank anything, but I mean, I guess I must have at some point.
I mean, I thought it was kind of fun. Not so much this morning, but when I was doing it, it was kind of fun.
That's really what drinking is, isn't it?
I think so.
Fun in the moment, regret in the morning.
Yeah. All right. You all finish your good berry ice cream floats. Are you all ready to go inside?
Yeah.
All right.
If the pedestal's back, or if I can see where it was initially, I'm gonna leave a little bit of ice cream on the floor, being like, "This is another little offering. Maybe you'll like some little ice cream." So, just there. Okay.
Just like a perfect scoop of ice cream, just sitting in the middle of the floor. It's cold here. Like, that's gonna stay.
Side comment: imagine how much money we would make if we actually sold good food here.
Underworld good berry ice cream, people would pay. Oh.
You're like half muted, half not muted.
Yeah.
That was weird. I saw that and I was like, why is that flipping? But yeah, I like having freshly imported from other planes food. That's very good.
I also like to think that the black good berries are making everybody's tongue black again, per usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, don't forget that you all have cherry
And I
breath
hung
from your. It's like the worst thing. It's like black tongues with like cherry flavored breath.
Can I prestidigitate my mouth? Like,
but it tastes so good.
Live with it. You gotta live with the experience of having some sort of cuisine, because sometimes
True, you're right. You're right. We've had shitty food this whole time here.
It can be so delicious, and then the after effect is like, you know what? It at least is a memory of the last day.
And, you all shared in some dark trauma together, so this is yet another trauma you will share.
Dark trauma, dark ice cream. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. All right. So, you step into the fortress, and you all take a moment to take in the unexpected mess. Ravens are flying up and down the halls, dropping trinkets onto already teetering piles. You weave through the odd collection of items, rare and mundane, as plumes of mist come off each item as if they are breathing in the place of their previous owners. Anyone gonna touch anything? Cave of Wonder style? Arianna usually grabs something.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Called out.
Don't tempt me. What's there? What can I get my...
you literally took a flower once.
It's true. It's true. That's why I'm like there's a lot there. What do I grab? Do I just like roll a D100 and see what I get?
I mean, if
you're like overwhelmed with choices.
Are you gonna steal from the Raven Queen is the question. I guess the question is, can anyone stop you?
That's the real question. It's not can I do it. It's will anybody stop me?
Do I know this is a bad idea?
Oh, I mean, this is the Raven Queen's stuff. I mean,
it was
just like all the souls, right? She collects trinkets and memories and souls, and they're hers.
And then but then I can animate dead, and so what can I grab?
You see a goblet.
Oh, I got.
Oh no! You know what? We're gonna go classic Cave of Wonders. You see a genie lamp.
Oh hell yeah! I'm going for that.
Can I roll perception?
Would you like me to roll perception, or would you like my passive to do the work?
I mean, you're all like here together. Like, I feel like it's not a perception. It's more of a like, can you convince Arianna not to do that?
And I'm also not being subtle. Like, it's two hands going out
like in flip motion, like full on Aladdin, like reaching.
Oh yeah, like Abu reaching for that giant, giant ruby.
You need to stop. You cannot take things from a god.
She's not using it right now. I can use it.
She will know. She will know that you stole from her.
Good. She'll know where to get it from if she wants it back.
I just think it's unwise to, potentially anger a goddess whose domain we are currently residing in and brought us here.
Okay. Let's just do it this way. Mr. Mrs. Raven Queen, if you don't want me to take this, show me no sign. Yeah, no, it's good. Let's go.
No, Arianna.
As somebody,
I'm still going for it. Like, I haven't.
Can I use my tail to grab her hands? Like, please don't.
Are you guys gonna like bodily drag Arianna away, being like, no?
I'm not gonna drag her, but I'm gonna make sure she doesn't touch it.
We're here to see the Raven Queen, right? Like we plan to see her face to face, right? Yeah.
I could just ask her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can ask first before taking it.
Good call. Okay. I will
mark it down. I'll make sure we can find it on our way out.
I was gonna say I'll just hold on to it until then, so she'll know exactly which one I'm talking about.
I think that's a great plan.
It's a good compromise.
I'm pretty sure that we can show it to her afterwards if she agrees that it is okay for you to keep.
I've also been here quite a few times, and I've never actually met the Raven Queen.
Oh, see, she'll be fine with it then. She won't even know that it's gone.
We could leave a note. I could write something down and we could be like, hey, if you want this back, you contact this person. Or if you can't find them, contact Fenner and Fenner will find them for you.
Okay. Right? Well, I was feeling much better after I was able to get rid of some of the negative emotions that are tied to being here. And now I'm starting to get a little bit of rage building up in me again. We probably shouldn't steal from the Raven Queen in her house, or she will murder you and take your soul.
It's not stealing, it's borrowing, right? I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know for sure.
Nope.
I owe you one magic genie lamp.
Yeah. I have the note prepared and everything.
Why do you have that
Well,
ready?
as her servant, if she asks me to reap your soul, I'm gonna just have to do it, and this is fair warning.
I would hope so if that's your job.
We
We
like
don't
sign
want
a
her.
contract. I can get a contract written up for you guys.
We don't want her to have to reap it early.
And which
Once
one would be
again,
taken?
Verity and Arsene.
Man, why didn't we bring popcorn?
All
Popcorn?
right. I'll leave it for the way out.
Okay, I'll make sure we can find it on the way out.
Okay.
Won't get lost. We will find out where it is, and we'll find it before we leave if she says that you can take it.
Right
Yeah.
So,
Should we
like-
go?
Yeah.
Should we just keep going and leave all the stuff here, and let's just keep going and.
Yes, we will
Yeah.
leave all the stuff here.
It's probably a safe bet not to give her a reason to find a new trophy that has 2 souls in it.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah.
You're a
Ariana's
2-for-1
right.
deal there, Arianna.
You know, that's one
Mhm.
grande Arianna we got there,
That
am I
is,
right?
that is.
Wait,
A
you
BOGO.
have 2 souls?
I do.
That's so cool. Do you have
Yeah.
conversations with yourself?
All the time.
Wow, that's really cool.
Like, you see it, like, the one face just kind of goes, she won't shut up. We're having a great time!
Now, which
Some
one
will
is the
see.
necromancer and which one's the druid? They're not who you expect.
This is diagnosable, honestly, if it wasn't for the 2 souls.
All right.
That is a-
You continue to weave through the piles, avoiding when things get knocked aside by ravens dropping more things. And you come into a chamber that makes you feel like something of a welcome guest. Around the room sits a murder of crows perched on nearly every object in the room. They watch with their intelligent eyes as you enter. Ahead, on a throne of pure obsidian, sits a woman in a long gray robe that trails past her feet into a tattered ruin. Her features are nondescript, as if they change from one moment to the next. You can make out little for certain other than her dark hair.
I immediately fall to my knees.
And girl.
I'm just standing there waving.
I am going to follow Lenore on that because she knows what she's doing here.
I'll drop to one knee.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I elbow my 2 skeletons and then they start to wave as well.
Fenner will also take a knee.
Each of them is holding an ice cream float because they haven't actually eaten it.
Save it for later.
Just
Yeah.
carrying it around.
Please offer her one later, please.
There's the extra scoop out there waiting, so I mean...
She's singing with an ice cream cone. She's not.
I love that imagery way too much.
All right, so we've got Lenore, Tabby, Brillia are all kneeling, right?
Fenner
On
is as
one
well,
knee.
on one knee.
Center, okay. Take a knee.
Lenore's head is like to the floor. She's like,
Yeah, you're like full on like,
mhm.
yeah.
My head just bowed.
Arsene pulls Verity down to the ground, like, come on. He's the god of the dead. Your brother lives here. Be nice. She's your brother's landlord. Be nice.
Evict him. Okay, but it's a struggle. Like, she only goes down after like a good, and she's not pleased about it.
That's exactly what she says in the bedroom.
He's not wrong.
And Arianna stands there with waving skeletons.
My queen, we're not worthy of your visage. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You hear a clear woman's voice, gentle and welcoming, and says, "Hello, Lenore. It's good to see you. What have you brought
Lenore just
today?"
starts to cry. You called us here, and I've brought my traveling companions with me. I don't know what I can offer you. I'm not worthy.
Everybody but Lenore, roll a perception check.
Funny.
21.
16.
6?
What about the
Yeah.
skeletons?
True.
Can
They
they
got no
tell you?
eyeballs.
Yeah.
True, because
Fudge,
they don't
fudge.
have eyeballs.
Cool. So who rolled 21?
I got a dirty 20. But...
Okay. 20's and up. You will be aware of something as the time continues. So Lenore says, I'm not worthy. And this time, a child's voice speaks and says, your curse is getting worse. Does it hurt you?
It is a pain that I can handle. To bear your blessings.
Now there's an older man's voice. Those of you who are roll high enough perception, the words are coming not from her body, but from different ravens around the room, each of which seems to speak with a separate voice. The older man's voice says, you should stay here with us. You belong here with us.
If that is what you will, I will stay.
This may not be my place to speak up, but how do you get all these birds to talk?
Yeah, why isn't the noise coming from her visage?
I can't get the birds to talk. Apparently not.
Wait, you mean that's not her with a cold?
No, that last man voice came from over that way. It was nearby. But...
And the child from over there. The ravens.
Oh, I didn't see the ravens at first. Oh.
Our son speaks up. His voice carries across the room and he says, we didn't come here to give you up, Lenore. Like, that's not why we're here. Right, guys?
I'm here because she called me.
Might I ask, why do you require Lenore to stay?
And also, why bring all of us here if it's just for Lenore? I don't want to lose one member of our party because, for whatever personal reasons, especially when it's like, we all feel kind of special here, you know?
Another voice speaks. Lenore is cursed. Have you not shown them the truth about yourself?
I have told them of my burden. But I don't think they are ready to see more than what they have.
You should show them.
You know what? Yeah. Let's try to keep this a judgment-free zone.
Yes. Nor if it's still you, I'm sure that everything will be fine.
Lenore, as soon as she says you should show them, she starts to, still with her head down, stand up and starts to remove her armor and the layers of her dress until she's in her undergarments, and you can see that her body is scarred on every surface. She has deep slashes and cuts of varying age that cover every part of her body that is usually not visible.
They look like so like, are they like cuts or whips or?
There's different kinds of markings. It looks like some of them are cuts, some of them are whips, some of them are burns. There's just scars of different varieties, almost so that her like pale grey skin, which is very like dark and looking almost decaying at this point, is almost like pink and raw. And you can see some are quite fresh and some are healed more than others. And she lays back down with her head to the floor.
Lenore, is there anything we can do? That looks very painful.
Who did this?
Hopefully it wasn't Beryl.
Not the time, Tabby.
What?
It was a 3 in kink. It was.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, we don't know that.
My nature did this to me. I am not good enough and I am not worthy. And
who told you that?
we can feel it in ourselves always.
And you did this, or that, to yourself?
It is that or death. Not necessarily mine.
There's like a sense of like, she's not exaggerating about that. Like it really is not a choice she actually really has.
I think Fenner gets off of her knee for a hot second. She slowly makes her way toward Lenore and just kind of hugs a part of her real fast. And then just kind of kneels beside her and goes, we all have our scars. Doesn't mean you're not worth it. And then
My scars are because I'm not worthy.
Oh, not worthy about what?
Of life, the curse. A price must be paid. It is my life, or it is others, or it is this.
Might I ask who put this curse or what put this curse on you?
It is the Shadar Kai. It's who we are. As we age, the curse gets worse. We're born with it.
Can I stand up? And I'd like to address the Raven Queen.
Do it up.
Polite.
Don't get everyone stabbed.
Lenore has been your loyal servant, and you let her exist like this? Someone who lives to serve you, you let them exist in pain?
It's a teenager's voice now.
You're muted.
Oh. It's me this time. It's a teenager's voice this time. And it says, if I could help my people, I would. We're all cursed here.
That's not life. That's torture. There has to be a better way, a different way.
That is why we serve. So that we can have a life that is better than this.
You need no pity for people who are near death. It is the natural end.
If you consider this to be a natural cause of death, then we have nothing to talk about. This is not natural. This is not okay. This is not how people should be leaving the world, battered and scarred. This is not people that are here to help to serve you, to bring you souls. You have to do better.
Perhaps a bargain, then. I will do what I can to ease the pain of my servant, but someone must share it with her.
It's mine to carry.
Bind your life to hers, and she made no peace. To some measure.
I want to guarantee. No more cutting, no more whipping, no more hurting herself, no more.
That's
I'd
not a
ask you
decision.
to do that. I can't. It's not
Just
okay.
She's gonna just brush Lenore's hair over. Just not like a dog. That sounds mean, but like in a nice way.
What does it entail to do such a thing? Is it just to get inflicted with these same type of wounds, just at a slower rate, and so does Lenore, or?
Tabby, roll me a perception.
Yeah. Is it gonna be bad?
I don't know, so far you've been pretty good.
That was a 12, not the greatest.
You know what? This one's not very hard for you to get, at least. The voice that speaks from this crow, which you zero in on pretty quickly, is the voice of your father. My desires are simple. Death, as life, is sacred. You must allow it to come to those when it's their time. And you will let me guide those who you end. And in return, your friend returns with you to the material plane, and you will both gain new powers, unlike those you have known.
Death, when it is their time, not forced by their own hand.
She's not seeking death through what she does, says another raven.
That voice that spoke to me, how long have you had it for? Is it at peace?
The raven looks at you and just holds your gaze for a long moment.
Is it the raven that spoke to me specifically?
Yeah. It has not looked away. Like, the others are kind of like looking between
around.
you.
Yeah. Are you at peace? Does it move its head at all? Just keeps the gaze?
It seems like it's just waiting for this to end, so maybe when it's done, it will speak to you again. But it's serving its purpose right now.
Okay, I nod.
My queen, may I be bold enough to ask a question of you?
You may speak.
If this other person bonds themselves to me, will they share my curse? Will they feel this pain?
A burden carried across two is not a heavy burden.
Forgive me, but this burden seems quite heavy to me most days. I don't want that burden placed on someone else's shoulders.
Lenore, we have a choice in the matter. You didn't. It's not the same thing. I'm willing to do this. If more of us share the burden, it'll be less for all.
The condition is that Lenore does not have to harm herself.
Basically, like, that's not something the Raven Queen can control. That's Lenore's decision. That is how Lenore deals with her pain.
Question for DM, how does Kos react to Brillia's offering of this?
She squeezes your hand a little tighter, but she doesn't say anything. So, Brillia rises,
Yes.
and Kos rises with you.
I'm gonna give her a squeeze of her hand. You don't have to just because I am.
I know.
I'm gonna give her a kiss. A quick one, but a kiss nonetheless.
So how much is it just like anybody bind their life to Lenore?
Yeah. So is this like our lifespan is shortened as
No, I mean I
Lenore?
meant like is it any one of us? Like
Well, so far, Brillia and Kos have both offered, which seems to suggest that it could be more than one person.
It can be more than one, so that the share is less percentage across more people.
I very obviously, because I never took a knee, take a step back, but like it's like overly dramatically obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Both parts of you are absolutely like, no.
No, two's already enough. We good in here.
Yeah, we've got enough going on.
Arianna's good outside.
But it seems like basically like Lenore stays here if someone doesn't make this deal, which is happening regardless. And that they will somehow be connected through powers and abilities, and anyone that they kill will all be taken by the Raven Queen.
I'm standing. I'm down for it.
I'm down for fusing my soul.
Maybe we'll send Kate here, so who knows?
Sorry.
And it just kind of goes, I'll go over there.
It's fine, you're pretty new.
DM question: Do I know my patron will be pissed if I make this deal? I have to ask as a warlock. Like, I need to know the answer to this. I probably should have asked this before. But...
No, that's a good question. What the Raven Queen is asking now doesn't seem to be outside of what your patron would allow. It's basically like there seems to be actually a fair amount of overlap, right? It's just like if people die, whether or not you're part of that, like they
I didn't know
go
how
to the
jealous my
afterlife.
patron was gonna get, so we had to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but if it's just like I'm not tying myself to multiple people. So if Brillia wants to take this with Lenore, then that's fine. But I'm not being in like a orgy tied up soul thing. So like I'm sorry, that's too many people. So like I'm waiting. I'm not.
Do we have our own separate connections to Lenore, or is it like are we all a big mess, like ball of rubber bands?
That's a great question. You know, I didn't think more than one person would agree to it. I thought even that would be difficult. So, I don't know, dealer's choice. What do you guys think would be more interesting? What are you more up for?
If it's more than one person, I'm out. So, sorry.
I think
Verity's a monogamous kind of soul snatcher.
Yeah.
Well, okay. This is gonna show it. Each way splits up the pain differently. So if each connection is made separately, then the first one is 50%. Then other time it's the 50% of the 50%, and it keeps going. If we're all collected in a thing of rubber bands, is it like spread across all of us?
Or is it human
It's tying your souls together. Like like I love you all, but like I'm not tying my souls to every. Yeah. Like, no.
Let's say they'll everyone will be connected to Lenore specifically,
okay,
and we'll have a unique connection to Lenore through this.
Okay, I'm down for that.
I don't trust.
What happens if I die? What happens to them?
Do you ask the Raven Queen?
Lenore is feeling really like fucked up at the moment because she more than anything just wants to serve the Raven Queen, but also she has this love and loyalty to her party now, and she doesn't want them to get into something like dangerous for them. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think she's just going to be adamant that she doesn't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I was born to serve the Raven Queen, and I was born this is my fate. This is what is meant for me. This isn't the life that you were meant to have. You
The
don't
fact
have
that
to
this
do
was an
this.
option shows us that fate has multiple paths available.
Tabby, last one. Are you gonna take a step forward or step back?
I'm gonna step back, or I'm gonna slide on my knee back. I think. Seeing a raven with his father's voice was enough to completely make him not trust deities in a general sense. So he doesn't know what to make of that yet. So he's not on board with anything yet.
Fair enough. Arsene also stays kneeled. His logic is, if something bad happens, you need some people to be able to, come and save your asses later.
I'm gonna go stand back next to him. I'm not kneeling again, but
one of the voices speaks and says, "Give us the coins you've collected." Lenore, you remember you have those 2 coins you collected that were tied to her?
I reach for my bag, which I'm assuming is with my clothes, and I pull out the 2 coins and I kind of like offer them forward.
A raven flies out and takes them and flies them towards her. She holds out a hand. It's graceful and elegant and smooth as she takes it. It cracks into with 3 pieces, and you get like a little pizza slice somewhere on your body of coin.
The moon was so much cooler, can I just say?
I know.
I know.
Well, unless someone else can get their soul, I don't know what to tell you.
You messed up the tattoos.
You were all gonna get cool metal tattoos together.
Now we have pizza tattoos. Yes. How do I feel?
You feel good. Guilty, but good.
Do I look any different?
You look like you have a few less scars, or at least lighter scars. I think it's more lighter, probably. More like they've healed further. Brillia and Kos, however, are wrapped in each other's arms, like biting through pain.
Yep.
Do you want to roll a save for pain?
Is it a con save?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, let's hope this goes well. Natural 1.
Cool. Kos got a natural 20. Kos is holding you, and Brillia is like screaming in pain at the sudden intensity. It's like you can feel those like almost like razors and burns throughout your body.
I would say at some point I accidentally hellish rebuke just because of the pain. Like I just combust in flames.
Yep. These things happen.
At least it's
Lenore's
warmer.
just kind of going to collapse onto the floor, less of a bow and more of just like a fuck this. Like dissociative, massive slump.
Okay.
I feel like her body is kind of shaking.
You look up in a moment of, I don't know, just trying to get a sense of where you are and what's happening, and you see a woman's hand reaching down to help you up.
Can I look and see if I can see their face?
You can. It is the Raven Queen.
I'll hold her hand and get to my feet.
If you were asked about it later, you couldn't tell what features she had, but they seem so absolute now, like in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
She pushes your hair back behind one of your ears and says, and one of the other ravens says, "Go now, child. Go to work."
Thank you.
She squeezes your hands, and let's go.
I start to collect my things off the ground and kind of slowly dress myself again. And I turn to Brillia, and I can see the pain that she's in, and I try and heal her. And kind of just cup her face in my hands and just say, thank you.
Of course. Of course.
I reach out for Kos as well and just hold them both.
All right. They're probably all gonna need some help getting out of here.
Fenner, before they leave, is gonna elbow Arianna and be like, "Are you gonna ask her about the genie lamp?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got that. I got that.
She's here, and so I was just curious.
I mean, I was waiting for my in. It seemed like she was kind of busy, but
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But
yeah,
it
don't
seems like
worry.
things are wrapping up. I just
Okay.
don't want you to forget.
No, that's a good call.
Okay.
I raise my hand in the air. Miss.
She's a god.
Miss.
You didn't see her move, but now that Lenore has turned away and gone to do something else, she's back in her throne.
Okay. Miss? Raven Clean? You're still there. I have a question for you.
She's there. She's just not really. She doesn't really care about you.
Okay.
You didn't give her your soul.
Not yet. I'm still using it.
I have two I'm using.
I've got two
On
that I'm
loan.
using.
I got one in a backup.
Yeah. Hey, I saw a really pretty lamp back there. Do you mind if I take that? It just seemed like you weren't using it.
A raven extremely close to you behind you says, "Every item has a cost. Will you pay it?"
Well, it depends on what the cost is.
You know what the cost is. It's making an agreement with her.
Well, it depends on what the agreement is.
To serve her.
Oh man, I'm already serving so many people right now.
Just all the souls you got, all the souls you reap, get to go to her instead of Vecna. I mean, Vecna's a cool like lich wizard dude though, so he's kind of more your scene, you know.
Definitely more my scene. He's definitely more my vibe. He kind of gets me a little bit more.
Vecna's got your aesthetic.
At least he responds to me when I ask.
He does.
So, all right.
Maybe for some bird feed. She's got a lot of ravens.
Oh, that's a good point. I can bring you bird seed. You want bird seed? And
good berries.
I was just about to say I cast good berries in my hand.
She waves her hand again delicately in a circle, and a wave of mist surrounds you all and carries you outside of the fortress. The door is now closed. The raven comes and sits on your shoulder before this happens. It's gonna follow you outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I do have a note.
It's an itty bitty note, but it's a note.
Got it in a fortune cookie.
It was a bitty note. It's a little pink bitty note. It says Tabby's dad and Crow.
I love Mistress.
They're ravens. Damn it. Melissa, they're ravens.
I did it again.
Fenner turns to Arianna and goes,
But is it a murder of ravens?
I don't think she...
Maybe?
I think so.
It's a murder of crows. Is it a murder of ravens?
To Google.
You'll find out here first.
An unkindness or a conspiracy?
Ooh.
An unkindness. That's sick.
An unkindness or a conspiracy of ravens.
All right. That's pretty.
Sometimes both.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty
An
dope.
unkind conspiracy of ravens.
Okay. So yeah, you're all outside.
I think Fenner goes to Arianna and goes,
I don't think she knows what she's missing. I think that was a great trade. Sorry it didn't work out.
It's fine. I'll find other lamps. It's a really cool lamp.
It was a really cool lamp.
Really cool lamp.
Some of you who are, not currently in pain or, dealing with your own stuff, which actually maybe nobody. I don't know if anyone notices Tabby talking to this one crow.
is one raven.
It's because I have my note. I'll
He
fix
looks
my-
a little different than the rest of the ravens. Maybe,
I'll
like,
fix
he's
it.
more
Fix it. He's
local.
furry.
I don't feel so bad that it was just like it was me, or do I feel bad because I started it?
No, in my notes it said crow. I screwed it up. It was me from the beginning.
She's not the Crow Queen.
It's true.
Brendan Lee.
Crow, no.
I love your movie. Rest in peace.
Okay, so anyways, Tabby's standing there.
I've kind of walked away from the group so I can have my moment.
Okay. The crow sits on a pile of various things that have been gathered.
I crouch down like I'm talking to like a little friend on the ground. I'm like, is that? It doesn't look so natural coming from that form. Is that you, Dad?
Let's roll a check. Let's do animal handling.
Animal handling. Oh goodness.
I know we never get to use that one.
I don't think I've ever played a game where horses exist. All right.
It's your dad this time, though. Animal handle your dad.
6.
Oh.
That's what I wanted to roll, definitely.
Cool. The raven opens its mouth, and you hear basically what sounds like almost like a recording of something. Like, it's not talking to you in real time, but it's almost like it's projecting a memory of something it's heard. The voice is definitely your father's, and it starts very scared and unsure. It says, "Where are you taking me? Please slow down. Why am I so cold? Where's my family? Will I ever see them again?" That's something. Almost. Okay, I'm ready. And then the raven closes its mouth.
Well, all right. I'll look up to it again and say, "Can you at least understand the words I'm saying? Nod yes for yes, no for no."
It, seems to nod its head a little bit. Does a little pigeon move, you know?
You know, he's always had the groove, so that's
Yeah.
where I got it from. It's not necessarily the closure I was looking for, but I mean, at least I know that there's a place I could find you. And I reach and grab the last of the berries that I had in my pack, and I put it to its beak and says, "You can have this."
It happily eats the berries you give it.
Cool. I rub down the beak of it, and I say, "I'll come for you," and I'll try to bring Mom too if I can find her. When I get up and walk back.
Okay. So Tabby doesn't know this, but basically, if you'd rolled high enough, basically, like, your father did come through here. The ravens collect everything, including people's last words. So he's definitely somewhere. He's just on to the next plane, theoretically, wherever, Farrell and some other people will go next. So, all right, you're outside. You did it. Do you guys want to get out of here and go back to the material plane?
Please.
We don't have anything
Yeah, probably.
else to do here, do we?
I mean,
Lenore's not going to push her luck. She is just going to do whatever everyone wants.
Does anyone have any objections to leaving? Because, if the Raven Queen doesn't want us to stay here, we should be able to get back to the material plane, lickety-split, no problem, like I'm used to having it happen.
I just have to say goodbye to my brother.
Yeah, let's go back to the brothel. One last good night. I mean, I don't think it's gonna have any consequences.
No, it shouldn't have any effect as to when we get back to the material plane. So if you need time, we can do that.
All right. You make your way back slow and steady, although it seems easier than it was before. For most of you, I mean, Brillia and Kos seem to be struggling a bit more now. And you arrive back at the Red Rake. Is there anything you specifically want to say to your brother before you go, or is it just kind of like spend one last night together, like being together? And
Yeah. Goodbye. I will avenge you. I'll see you when I die.
Yeah, he says that next time he sees you, he hopes you're visiting again. Not here for good. He asks if it's as terrifying as it sounds to go to the castle, the fortress. He says sometimes people, they wake up one morning and there's a crow waiting for them or raven waiting for them, and it guides them off. We don't see them again.
I'm gonna have to lie here.
Did you find it scary?
It was unpleasant. Though I don't think he has to do like the whole memory thing. I mean, he just has to walk through the misty doors. I guess it's actually no. Maybe it's not like a not a hard lie, like a soft lie.
Okay. It seems like he knows you're lying, but that he wants you to. He is clearly not ready yet.
Yeah, well, not till Andre is dead, right? And at least I suppose when your Raven turns up, at least you'll know that she's dead. So, silver linings.
Something to look forward to, I guess. Love you, baby sister.
Love you too. And you see Mum and Dad, just tell them I say hi and I'm sorry. And I mean I'll be along, not eventually. So
he turns to Arsen and gives him a little punch in the chest and says, "You take care of her, all right?" And then they kind of do like a hard brother hug.
Bro hug.
A little bro hug.
Ugh. Bro hug.
All right. Everybody holds hands?
Yeah, thank you for last night, I guess.
No. The pleasure was all mine.
Good luck for when your Raven comes. It will be hopefully a peaceful experience for you when you pass to the next.
He takes your hand and kisses the back of it. Ever the gentleman outside of bed.
Now that we're like bonded, do Brillia and Kos experience anything from this?
Do you feel any strong emotions from that? It's really only the strong
me?
stuff. Yeah, it's really only the strong stuff that will spill over.
No, not like hugely strong emotions, just kind of like,
If that's the case, poor Lenore is going to be feeling a lot of just mushy love from Kos and Brillia.
This is going to soften. Maybe she'll be pastel goth mum, not just goth mum.
You've got like a happy little triad going now. Got pastel mom, goth mom, and like bodybuilder mom?
The moms unite.
Hulk mom.
Hulk mom.
The mom union begins.
All right.
All right, is everybody ready?
Does anyone have
Just
their
like-
plane shift Xanax ready?
As much as this is my home, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, then everybody needs to grab each other's hands real quick.
Plane shift tunnel. And I grab hand.
And here we go.
All right. This time, everything seems to go right. You have that same feeling like the ground is pulled out from under you, but it's so satisfying when it's when you go outside and you put your bare feet in like fresh grass, and it's got that like cool but warmth from the sun. It's like that. You're like, oh yeah, this is the material plane. This is what I came for.
Fenner just takes a deep breath and goes,
Where did we end up?
Does it not look familiar to you?
Is it the same exact place we left? Or is this, do we go like point to point?
I don't know, did we?
I'll say it's your choice. You can either be just on the material plane right where this is, like right where the bar would be, or you can be right back where you started.
I think she's gonna go right back to where she started to show that, like, I know how to do this. To show off, to be like, trust, like, I know how to do this.
Like
And also to like
properly
reassure
aligned.
herself. Yeah, that she's like, no, like, I know how to do this. And she's like, not only wants to try and show off, but like confirm within herself that she still knows how to do this.
Please don't
exactly
pop us
the
in
same
right
stuff.
in the middle of Caracat, please.
No, that's not the plan. No, right outside the cave where they spent the night before they left the plane. And I would assume maybe only 5-10 minutes have actually passed.
Yeah.
That's what she's shooting for.
Yeah. Your cart's still there. Did you guys have a horse? You have a little horse, right?
I think.
Your horse. I think to pull your cart, you have a little. You have a little guy.
Yeah, I don't think he was taken from the dwarves, so
Yeah.
I don't think he was taken by the dwarves.
No. Your horse is still there. You're like, oh, we didn't untie it. Oh, it's a good thing we're back in time.
I see
But like,
the horse
isn't
like,
even bored. It's just like, oh, okay.
I'm relieved to be back. I'm just gonna start sprinting around.
Get the zoomies.
Yeah.
All right, Tabby's climbing trees, running around, doing that sidewall run move. Fenner, how was your very first vacation?
Wow, that was an experience, and as much as like I feel a bit of a bond to all of you guys, I feel like I know you a lot better than when I first came. I think I'm gonna take a vacation from vacation. I think I want to go back to work. This was great and all, but that was exhausting. Like more so than work. I think I'm gonna try that maybe 10 years from now again or something.
I think go back to work for a couple months and maybe take a true vacation, because I will agree this was definitely not one.
That being
I feel
said,
a little better.
oh,
I'm happy
good.
that's the case. I'm very happy that's the case.
I
Well-
squeezed Brillia's hand.
I wince a little bit because my whole body just hurts.
Oh, it's chronic pain, Brillia.
Yes.
Well, if you guys need anything ever again, just write a note on this paper with this pen and ink, and I'll get the message, and I'll come right to you. I know you guys are gonna get yourself into a very sticky situation, and as much as that vacation was maybe not my favorite, if I can help you guys in any way, you guys have kind of been my first group of people I've really kind of traveled with, and it was really nice. And if there's anything I can do for you guys, you just let me know. I mean, I do know my way around the plains, but I can also fend for myself pretty well. So if you find yourself in need, whether it be in great danger or you need to get somewhere real quick, or even send a message to somebody real fast, just write on that piece of paper with that ink and that pen, and I'll instantly get that message. And I'll either be there or get what you need. But other than that, I think you guys need a rest, and I think you have a very important mission ahead of you all. And I hope that that you all stay alive. Please stay alive. You guys are kind of cool. But also, don't stop caring for each other. People are very important, and you don't know when they'll vanish. And I think everybody kind of knows that now, but it's a very important thing to remember. I won't forget this.
I'm gonna go up and hug Fenner and take the paper, the ink, and stash them away into my wizardy stuff where I have my special inks and pens, and slip the paper into my wizard's book.
You have
That's
so many secret diaries now.
I do.
She
Probably
holds
library.
Arianna's hands after and goes,
I'll keep my eyes out for another cool lamp, okay? Well,
Thank you, Fenna.
thank you.
Our son comes over and shakes your hand again, and he says, "Thanks again, Fenner. From me, the Falcon."
Yes. Thanks, Falcon. You're awesome. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys later. Get rest and good luck on your mission.
and she tries to copy what she thought she saw Penny doing when she was skipping, and she's going to try it for herself, but maybe she's not doing it so well. But she's trying.
You know what Fenner should do one time? It doesn't have to be this time, but like literally just moonwalk into another plane.
Oh no, she'll Misty Step. She'll Misty Step straight through a tree, just bam, gone.
Oh, that's pretty good too. That's pretty good.
If you're going the same
Ninja
place,
vanish.
you will probably appear to him running away from a group of ravens again.
All right. I think that's it. That's the end of the episode. Yay! And thank you so much, Hannah, for coming and being Fenner for us. And I'm sure you will be back to help when people are in dire straits.
It was my pleasure.
Yay!
Thank you.
So as always, thank you guys all for tuning in. Don't forget that our after show starts in 25 minutes, so check us out over at the Level Up Dice channel, and you can chat with us and ask questions about the game and characters and stuff, and it will be very fun. You can also join the Darkness and Dragons community by following us on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to see more of me online, you can check out The Feminist Gamer, and you can also check out the XP Billionaires podcast or Geek Girl Authority, where I write. Laura, where can people find you?
Dark Moon Dice, everything.
Luna.
You can find me on Instagram at Luna_moon_C.
Michael.
There we go. Notes, reviews on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things.
Okay. Bree.
You can find me at Fortune Favors and over at Level Up Dice, where we will be heading next.
Ian.
Twitch, Instagram, both at Shrycool. Twitter, at Ian Paraskis. That's it.
That's it. And Hannah, last but not least.
Yes, you can find me at Hannah Alia, my first and last name, on Instagram. And if you're looking for some cool leather dice bags, you can find that out at Bags of Holding also on Instagram.
Awesome. So our character art, as always, is done by Magic Art Book, and our map today was from Tabletop. So thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you guys shortly. Have a great night. Bye-bye.